When we think about money, our minds usually jump to spreadsheets, charts, and hard numbers. But what if I told you that getting wealthy has less to do with being a math genius and a whole lot more to do with what's going on in your head? Today, we're going to dive into Morgan Housel's brilliant book, The Psychology of Money, to really unpack the hidden biases that secretly drive our financial decisions.
So let's just start with the big question right away. Why do really smart people, we're talking doctors, engineers, you name it, make such bad money mistakes? Well, the answer is kind of surprising. It turns out financial success isn't a hard science at all. It's actually a soft skill, where how you behave is way more important than what you know.
And to get a handle on our own behavior, we first have to understand what the book calls our financial DNA. The big idea here is that every financial decision you make is deeply personal. It's shaped by your own unique life, your experiences, not by some formula you read in a textbook. Just look at this. It shows two totally different realities, right? Imagine two people, both equally smart. One person grew up seeing their parents stress about bills every single month. To them, money means survival, security. The other person never had to worry. For them, money is a tool for fun, for opportunities. So, who's wrong? Well, neither of them. Their views on risk and saving are just a direct product of their own personal history. And this lottery ticket example, it just nails the point. On paper, buying a lottery ticket is a terrible financial decision. The odds are awful. We all know that. But for someone who's just barely scraping by, that ticket isn't just a piece of paper. It's a dream. It's hope. It's an emotionally rational choice, even if it doesn't make sense on a spreadsheet. Our personal experiences also hardwire some pretty powerful biases into our brains, like this one, recency bias. All it means is that we give way too much importance to what just happened. So let's say you invest in the stock market for the very first time, and you immediately lose money. That stings, right? That feeling will stick with you, and for years you might be terrified to invest again, even if decades of data show that the market grows over the long run. Your recent pain just feels more real.
Okay, so that's the stuff happening inside our own heads. But there are also two massive forces out in the world that we usually get completely wrong: luck and the unbelievable magic of compounding.
Let's talk about Warren Buffett. We all think of him as this genius stock picker, right? But his real superpower? It's time. The guy started investing when he was just 10 years old. Now get this, it took him 50 years to make his first billion. But after that, because of compounding, his wealth just exploded. Over 99% of his net worth was earned after his 60th birthday. So yeah, his skill was investing, but the real magic was simply time.
And if you want a modern, absolutely mind-bending example of compounding, here it is. I know it sounds crazy, but there are real examples where a tiny, almost forgettable investment, if you just hit it at the perfect time and the right thing, can balloon into a fortune over 1,000 crores. It's just a wild reminder that while we're all chasing quick wins, real wealth is built over the long haul, where little gains stack up into unbelievable results. But here's the other side of the coin, skill versus luck. This quote from Bill Gates says it all. You know how it is. When things go our way, we think, I'm a genius. But when we fail, we blame bad luck. The reality is, both luck and risk play a huge part in every single outcome. And being successful can make us totally blind to the role that randomness played in getting us there. So what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. Stop worshiping the billionaires. When you only focus on the massive winners, you completely miss the thousands of others who took similar risks and failed. The much smarter approach is to look for broad patterns. What do most successful people have in common? What are the common threads in most failures? That's where the real, useful lessons are hiding. All right, so recognizing luck keeps us humble, but that's not enough. We also have to learn to battle our own internal demons, fear and greed. I'm telling you, these two emotions have probably wrecked more financial plans than anything else in history. See, our brains come with this built-in software called negativity bias. Think about it. Losing $100 hurts way more than finding $100 feels good. That's why when the market takes a dip, it feels like the end of the world. It triggers this primal panic, and it causes people to sell everything at the absolute worst possible time, locking in their losses just because they're scared. And then there's the other monster, greed. But here's the thing, it usually shows up disguised as jealousy. The goalposts for being happy keep moving because we see our neighbor with a new car or a friend with a bigger house. This keeping up with the Joneses game is so dangerous because it pushes us to take stupid risks just to keep up, and it often ends in disaster. So how in the world do you fight back against these powerful emotions? Well, here's a simple 3-step game plan. The next time you feel that financial panic setting in, first, just stop and recognize it. Say to yourself, okay, I'm feeling scared. That's step 1. Then step 2, ask yourself a critical question. Am I making this decision based on facts or just my feelings right now? And finally, step 3, just zoom out. Remind yourself of your long-term plan. This little pause can be the difference between a smart move and a huge regret.
And all of this brings us to the final, and I think the most important idea of all. We have to completely redefine our goal. The point isn't just to get rich. The real goal is to become wealthy. And trust me, those are two very, very different things.
This slide just lays it out perfectly. Being rich is visible. It's the big salary, the fancy car, the house you show off, but it often comes with a ton of stress and huge monthly payments. Being wealthy, that's invisible. It's the money you haven't spent. It's the savings that give you options, that give you freedom, and that give you control over your own time. It's peace of mind.
And that's really the heart of it. True wealth isn't about having expensive things to show people. It's about autonomy. It's the freedom to wake up and not have your day owned by someone else. The ability to spend time on what matters to you without financial stress breathing down your neck. It's about owning your life.
And the only way to get there is to get off the treadmill of wanting more. You know that feeling? As soon as our income goes up, our desires go up right along with it. It's a cycle that never ends, unless you make a conscious choice to define what enough actually means for you. Real financial happiness isn't about getting more, it's about wanting less. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Forget what TV, social media, or anyone else tells you success should look like. The single most important financial question you will ever answer is this one right here. What does real wealth, that feeling of freedom, control, and peace, truly mean to you?